Hi everyone, my name is Makandar and today we are continuing our Google preparation series. So in the last part actually we started very basic things like very basic like how the if else conditions are there, how the input is taken, how the switch case will be there, and some simple logical program actually we saw. Okay, so in this session we will see we will try to build our logic. Okay, because this is also very important. So first actually we will start from very basic thing. It's called as the patterns kind of the problems. Okay, where like how intelligently like we are using the for loop, that is important. And with respect to that, it will create some kind of the logics in our mind. Okay, when we are writing the code, so we can able to visualize the things like how the for loops are work and all. Okay, so without wasting the time, we will directly jump to the things. Okay, so in this session I'm not covering all the patterns program. Okay, but whatever means I'm starting from the easy to the tough thing. Okay, so we will start with the most easiest patterns, then we will slowly go to uh, the toughest one. Okay, so yeah, so the first problem is given an integer n, you need to recreate the pattern given below for any value of n. Let's say for n is equal to 5, the pattern should look like this. Okay, so this is like it's kind of very easiest pattern. Okay, so when actually we are solving any kind of the pattern related problem, so first thing actually we need to check like what is the means how many elements are there inside the outer loop. Okay, so outer loop means how many number of the lines actually we need to use. Okay, so in this case the number of lines is equal to n. Okay, means if there is the n is equal to 5, then there will be the 5 lines will be there. Okay, so here like we can say the outer loop, it will start from the 1 to n. Okay, then like we need to go through the each of the line, and inside the each of the line what is the happening actually we need to see. So in this case at each of the line, like again we are printing the n elements. Okay, means I can say the my inner loop is there, it will also start from the 1 to n. Okay, so when the I is equal to 1, so at that time I need to print the stars n time. When I is equal to 2, I need to print the stars again n time. When I is equal to 3, I need to print the star n time. So this actually I need to do until this n thing is gets exhausted. Okay, so this is like very simple thing. Okay, so whenever you are writing the pattern kind of thing, so first find out like what is the outer loop condition, means how many number of the lines actually we need to use. Then what is the inner loop condition. Okay, then here actually one thing we need to do, like we need to try to map whatever the outer loop to the inner loop. Okay, means somehow actually we need to find out the connection between outer loop and the inner loop. Okay, so here the connection like it is the same, means I is starting from 1 to n and j is also starting from 1 to n in order to print the n elements. Then with respect to the pattern, like we need to choose how actually we can keep the our print statements. Okay, so here like here if you see the pattern is like this, means inside the inner loop, like for each of the jth element we need to print this thing. Okay, and yeah, so this is kind of very basic intuition. Okay, so let's start with this one. Okay, so here I will start. Okay, we close all this. Okay, so code 1.cpp. Okay, I will include all the required libraries. Stream. So yeah, string. Okay, they using namespace yesterday. Okay, so yeah, here actually I will write one function with the type void pattern 1, I will call it. Then I will pass to this the number n. So here like our pattern is this, right? I will just copy this. Okay, so here first thing like I need to find out the outer loop, like how many times I need to run the outer loop. Okay, so how many number of the lines are there? So there are the n number of the lines. For hint I is equal to 0, I less than n, and I plus plus. Okay, then the j also will be run with the means at the each line. Again I am printing the n times star. So again the j loop will be also j is equal to j0, j less than n, and j plus plus. Okay, then yeah, for each of the j I need to print this star. Okay, and if you can carefully see, like once you print all the j elements like 0 to n, then we need to go to the next line. Okay, so once this j thing is completed, then we need to go to the next line in this way. Okay, yeah, so this is like very simple pattern is there. And so here I will keep int n is equal to 5, and I just simply call pattern 1 as name. Okay, then button j. Okay, so I will compile this .cp. It's compiled, and we can able to see the pattern. Okay, so this is kind of very simple pattern. So let's move to the next pattern. So the next pattern is like given an integer n, need to be recreate the pattern given below for any value of n. So if n is equal to 5, then pattern is looks like this. Okay, so in this case, so first thing is like we need to find out the outer loop. Outer loop means how many number of the lines are there, means how many times actually we need to print this pattern. So here again 1 2 3 4 5 means the outer loop will be n times. Okay, means 5 times. Then the next thing is like what we are doing at the each line. Okay, so when I is equal to 0, we are printing 1 time. When I is equal to 2, we are printing the 2 time. When I is equal to 3, we are printing the 3 time. Okay, so here actually you can able to sense the relationship between the inner loop to the outer loop. Means when I is equal to 1, I need to when I is equal to 0, I need to print j 1 time. Okay, means when I is equal to 1, I need to print j 2 times. Okay, means my inner loop will be start from the j is equal to 0 and j less than equal to I, right? So if I apply the same logic here also, when I is equal to 2, I need to print the j, means I need to print star the 3 times. Means I is 2, need to print the star 3 times, means j, so I plus 1, which is the, it will become 3. So j is equal to 0, j less than equal to 3, means it will be print this 3 times. Okay, so this kind of the relations actually we need to find properly. Okay, so I will write this code also. 2.cpp. Okay, hash include our stream using namespace yesterday. Okay, and here actually I will write the simple function pattern2. I will pass the parameter as the n. Okay, then the first thing is like I need to define the outer loop int I is equal to 0. Sorry, I is equal to 0, I less than n I plus plus, and the the inner loop. So inside the inner loop, what I said, when I is equal to 0, I need to print star one time. When I is equal to 2, I need to print star two times. Okay. Sorry, when I is equal to 1, I need to print star two times. When I is equal to 2, I need to print star three times. So I can say like int j is equal to 0. Okay, and j less than equal to I, and j plus plus. So when I is equal to 0, so it will j is also 0, and the condition is j less than equal to I, means even if the j is 0, then I need to print that particular star thing. Okay, so here I will write star, then here after completing the j, I need to write the new line also, right? So yeah, okay, so from here only I will copy this. Okay, so we can able to see the pattern for the n is equal to 5. Okay, I will call this as the pattern 2. So I will run this j++ 2.cpp, it's run, and you can see the pattern. Okay, so you need to just keep the rule in the mind. First thing is like defining the outer loop. Outer loop will be depend on like how many times this pattern is repeated, or how many number of the lines actually we are using. And in the loop, like at the each line, how many times that element it gets printing. Okay, so that is thing. So let's move to the third pattern. Okay, so here like what we are doing, given and the integer n, you need to recreate the pattern for the value of n. For example, if n is equal to 5, then actually I need to write this. So here if you can see, instead of the star, we need to print the number. Okay, so when I is equal to 0, I need to print 1. When I is equal to 1, I need to print 1 2. When I is equal to 2, I need to print 1 2 3. Okay, so this is in the same way, like first the outer for loop, so it is running of n is equal to 5 times, so it is running from I is equal to 1 to 5, and then after that at the each line, when I is equal to 0, I am printing 1. When I is equal to 1, I am printing 1 2, right? Okay, so here like what we are doing, so if I is equal to 0, so I'm starting my j is equal to 0, j less than equal to I only, because I need to print the one element only. And here if you can see, the like I need to start from the 1, but our inner loop j is starting from the 0, so here actually I need to do the +1. Okay, so in the same way only, code 3.cpp. Okay, so I'm include stream using namespace history. Okay, then white pattern 3, I'm passing the parameter as the n. Okay, so first thing is like the outer loop, it is int I is equal to 0, I less than n, because we are printing the n lines, right? So I plus plus. Okay, so in the same way, the inner loop will be start from the int j is equal to 0, j less than equal to I. Okay, then J plus plus. Okay, and inside this, actually, if we do just J, then it will print the 0, but this is starting from the 1, so I need to do the J plus 1. Okay, then cout slash n. Okay, so in the same way I will copy this to call this function. Okay, so pattern 3. Okay, so G++ 3.cpp. Okay, okay, so yeah, here you can see 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so let's move to the next pattern. So inside the next pattern, like given an integer n, you need to recreate the pattern for any value of n. For example, n is equal to 5, so it needs to be looks like this. Means when I is equal to 0, it should be print 1 time only. When I is equal to 1, it should be print 2 times. When I is equal to 3, it should be print 3 times. Okay, so first we will check the outer loop conditions. So here number of the time the line is printing, it is the n times, so I will start from 1 to n. Okay, and inside the inner loop, so it is, if I map the relationship with the I, then when I is equal to 0, I need to print the 1 time. When I is equal to 2, I need to print the, sorry, when I is equal to 1, I need to print the 2 times. Okay, means it is j is equal to 0, j less than equal to I. Okay, in the same way, but here like I'm, means instead of uh, inside the j, like it is the incrementing the number, right? 1 2 3, okay, 1 2 3 1 2 3 4, like that, but here it is not incrementing. So here actually I need to print the I only. Okay, so this is also very simple only. Code 4.cpp. Okay, let's include I host okay, using namespace yesterday, then void pattern 4, and I will pass the parameter as the gen. Okay, and here for int I is equal to 0, this is the outer loop, so it is running n times. Why it is running n times? Because in the pattern we can see the n lines. Okay, and then I plus plus, and inside the inner loop for int j is equal to 0, j less than equal to I. Okay, in j plus plus. Okay, so here like we need to print 1, then next line 2 2, then next line 3 3. Okay, so when I is equal to 0, so at that time I need to print I plus 1, then only it will get print the 1 time. Okay, because this is running 1 time only, right? So when I is equal to 1, so at that time I need to print 2 times. Okay, so when I is equal to 1, so here 1 plus 1, it will become the 2, and the j will be running from j is equal to 0, j less than equal to 1, so it will be gets run for the 0, for the when j is equal to 0, it will print 2, and when the j is equal to 1, it will print again one more 2. Okay, so like that it is. Okay, so cout slash. Okay, so here I will copy the previous content only. Okay, pattern 4. Okay, j plus plus 4.cpp. Okay, here you can see 1 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 4 5 5 5 5 5. Okay, let's see the next pattern. Okay, so the next pattern is little bit different from the earlier. So here, like, we to use just a little bit the logic. Okay, so here the first thing is like we need to find out the outer loop. So outer loop will depends like how many times this number of the lines are getting printing. Okay, so here 1 2 3 4 5, and n is also equal to 5, means it is printing the 5 times. Okay, then inside the inner loop, actually we need to check at the each line what is happening. Okay, so when I is equal to 0, okay, here I will write when I is equal to 0, so at that time we need to print the star 1 2 3 4 5, means at that time we need to print the star n times, right? Okay, so if I start my j is equal to 0, okay, then and if I subtract the, means whatever the, okay, so n minus, means whatever the end condition is there, j is equal to n, if I subtract my I from that particular n, okay, so it will become 5 minus I, means it will become 5 only, right? 5 minus 0, it will become 5 only. Okay, so in that case, like, I can print the j 5 times. Okay, in the same way, when my I is equal to 1, so at that time again my j will be start from the 0, okay, and it will goes up to n minus I, okay, n minus I, so it will be goes up to 5 minus 1, so it will become 4, so I can print the star 4 times. Okay, in the same way, when I is equal to 2, so j is starting from 0, and 5 minus 2, it will become 3, so I can print this star 3 times. Okay, so in that way, like, we only need to be whatever the inner loop is there, somehow actually we need to connect to the I. Okay, then only this pattern can able to complete. Okay, so yeah, right, the code for that 5.cd. Okay, then hashibute string using namespace yesterday, then white key pattern 5, I will pass the parameter as the n. Okay, then the outer loop, so I'm running the I'm printing the n lines, so it will become the, I need to print the n times I is equal to 0, I less than n, then I plus plus. Okay, so as I said, when I is equal to 0, I need to print the inner loop, means I need to print the stars n times. When I is equal to 1, I need to print the stars n minus 1 time. When I is equal to, I need to print the star n minus 2 times. So I can say, like, for int j is equal to 0 and j less than n minus I, okay, means then only it can able to print the n times when I is equal to 0, because n minus 0 is the n, and it can able to print then n times only. Okay, so j plus plus. Okay, then see out, I need to print the star, right? Okay, then once the J complete the thing, I need to print the new line also. Okay. So you just copy paste this main. Okay. Call the pattern 5. Okay. G++ 5.cp. Okay, here you can see 5 4 3 2 1. Okay. So these are like most easiest pattern. Okay. I think in the interview, this kind of the simple question they will not ask. But in order to create the initial logic building or initial thinking, like we have to start from the pattern only. Okay. So some of the medium level and the tough level patterns also we will cover. Okay. So but for now, for this video, I'm done for now. Okay. So I hope you understood this thing properly. Okay. So thank you so much, and keep learning.